For a school board, choosing a leader is a critically important task for any district. And back in 2000, 2001, our board was faced with that decision, finding the perfect individual to head up Humble ISD. With us here today, we have those board members to talk about that task. We have Lynn Fields, we have Dr. Al Moore, and Dr. Bonnie Longnion. Welcome to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
It is great to see all of you.
Well, obviously we have you guys to thank for this wonderful superintendent sitting next to me. Lynn, I'm going to start with you. Selecting a superintendent, how did that process go back in 2000, 2001?
We had a large pool of candidates that came through for interviews. Some of them were very good, but the moment that Dr. Sconzo finished his interview, I can tell you around the table when he walked out of the room, every one of us went, "That's it. He is the one." He filled the bill for character, for leadership, for innovation, and most of all, for his child-centeredness. He was the person you wanted to lead a district.
So did each of you have an opportunity to interview Guy one-on-one, or was it a group interview?
It was a group interview.
Okay.
And just very impressive. We had been through a number. It's been a long process, and kind of initially, Guy was not very high on the process.
Oh.
Because one of the main things that we dealt with back then, as they are now, is financial things with the legislature. And one of our primary things we talked about getting was someone that knew the Texas legislature and they knew him. Well, Guy was not from Texas.
Did you know that was a strike against you?
No, I didn't.
But I think he was somewhat aware of the importance of that because we talked about that. But once we got him through the doors and sat down with him, we knew. And I called him back that evening and said, "Let's talk again."
Bonnie.
I'd like to add that there were two of us on the board, Ann Willott and I, that had the pleasure of going to Oklahoma City. And we talked with about 50 people in Oklahoma City. There were about 5 focus groups that we met with. And I'll tell you what we found out about Dr. Sconzo. When we were meeting with them, the comments we heard were incredibly positive. But in every one of those focus groups, there were people who were crying at the thought of him leaving. And their comments were that not only was he very well respected and an incredible leader in the school district, that he was one of the top 1 or 2 people in Oklahoma City citizens. And we had already concluded that he was going to be our man. But when that affirmation came and that confirmation, we came home to tell the board how good we felt, and that he truly was going to be an incredible leader for us. And we were sorry for Oklahoma City.
Their loss is our gain, right?
And so we really, really were pleased to get you and Dr. Sconzo, and we were so fulfilled to hear the stories that they told us about you. Very, very positive.
I remember that vividly. As vividly as I remember Dr. Moore's phone call after the first interview. It was like within an hour. I remember the interview was over. I went back to the hotel right across 59 and did call Diane, told her I thought the interview went well. And I no sooner hung up from her, the phone rang.
Okay.
And it was Dr. Moore. Said, "Would you like to come back Monday night?" I said, "Well, yeah, I'd like to, but I have a school board meeting." He said, "What about Tuesday?" "That works for me."
You guys moved quickly then.
We did.
It was instant. You know, it's
Like they say, when you fall in love, you know instantly
Right.
that person is the right
Right.
one. Well, we had been through so many candidates, and some of them had some great qualifications. But when Dr. Sconzo came through and answered all of the questions exactly the way we wanted to hear,
Things clicked.
and everything clicked. And then hearing, all of the background and the people who had worked with him say, he he is the best. We didn't have any question. It was immediate. As soon as he left the room, literally, we all said, that's the one.
That's great. So the stars aligned.
Yes.
I love that.
And the feeling was mutual.
Good, good, good. Well, I know that the three of you have had, quite a history with Dr. Sconzo and had an opportunity to work with him. I'd like to hear from each of you, and I'll start with you, Bonnie, on what's some of your favorite memories of working with Guy?
It's really hard to pick out just one memory through the years. He's just been a joy to work with for so many reasons. He came to our district with high expectation, and as I look back at our recruitment brochure of you, Dr. Sconzo, I was looking through, did he do this? Was it a check here? Was it a check here? And actually, you did meet every one of those expectations. And so it was a joy to see him work hard. And so when I look back, I look at all the memories of the things he did to excel. But I can remember a parade that we were in one day, the Kingwood Homecoming Parade. And what I was blown away over was as we went down in the street and he was in the back of the car waving, how he called out names, name after name after name, to the student, to the teacher, to the community member. And I mean, I couldn't keep up whipping my head around. And he knew their names, and that told me a lot of how engaged he has been all along, visiting the campus, engaging in the civic organizations, and in true building relationships for us. So those are some of my
favorite memories.
Those
are great memories. Dr. Moore, can you share one of your memories with us?
Mine are very similar.
Okay.
I had served with the two previous superintendents, and they were both excellent, and really liked them. But Guy brought in a people skill set that was amazing. How many people he can call their name, and this type of thing. And his focus on education, the children, and the staff. He's able to focus on the individual and the needs of the children especially. So this was very special.
He's a special guy.
Well, you all need to tell that to Diane. That's what.
We'll make sure she knows. We'll make sure she knows.
She knows.
And Lynn, obviously on the school board you have special memories, but you were the host for this show for eons with Dr. Sconzo.
Eons.
So I'm sure you have lots of big shoes to fill when I came in.
Oh, no, I don't think so at all.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. So I'm sure you have multiple memories, but can you pick one of your favorite memories that you can share with your time with Guy?
Don't laugh. No, we had a great time filming the show, and it was really kind of learning as we go, because when we first started, however many years, because we did it for 14 years, we really didn't know what we were doing. The best thing about Guy
Still don't know what
is that, the best thing is he is so quick on his feet. As they said, he remembers people's names. He can, come up with a snap answer or a question just like that. So he made it so easy to do this. He's a talker like I am, so it was fun to do. But I think, as Bonnie and Al said, his people skills. And the thing I noticed most when he first came to work is we didn't find him in the office very often. He was on every campus. Not only did the teachers know him and the staff know him, but the kids knew him. If you went to a campus for some special event, you would see kids going down the hall saying, "Hi, Dr. Sconzo. Hi, Dr. Sconzo." And I thought, most 6-year-olds don't remember their Sunday school teacher's name.
And he would respond back with their name.
He would remember their name. And that to me was amazing, because I can't remember much anyway. But to see him jump in full, feet first into every campus and get to know the staffs and the students, to me said, that's what a superintendent should be. They shouldn't be sitting behind a desk. Of course, financials are important. Of course, leadership of staff is important. I know they're rapping probably. But the kids,
She knows. I sense that movement behind me.
but the kids are the most important thing in a school district, and he knows that better than anyone.
Right.
Well, you guys are amazing. And I just have to say this. So, and I'll say it again and again, but thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, you have no idea the blessing you've given to me and my family. by bringing us to this amazing community. Yeah, it's been phenomenal. We're not going anywhere. Going to still be very, very much involved. But thank you for the blessing. There's not many people, in my opinion, who do what I do that get to say the last stop was the best stop. So thank you for that.
We totally agree with you.
Yes, and obviously the school board in 2000-2001 did an excellent job of finding
Thanks,
the
partner.
fabulous leader that we have in Dr. Sconzo.
She's reading the script really well.
She's not. She's
I'm speaking from the heart, that's right. So we can't thank all of you enough for your direction, your leadership. It's not an easy job being a school board trustee, and you guys have given time, dedication, love, effort to the children in this community, and thank you. And most importantly, thank you for hiring this man. And for our viewers, please stay with us. We have more stories about Guy to share.